It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so let's discuss this whole Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Rolly situation because there is quite a lot to discuss when it comes to this. So let's backtrack before we get into what happened yesterday. Let's backtrack to what happened initially. Not so long, a couple weeks ago, Ryan Garcia came out of the blue and he was like, "Yeah, I've instructed my team to make the Devin Haney fight happen." And so that was very surprising. I commended him for the move because look, Ryan Garcia, when he beat Luke Campbell, he became the mandatory to the then WBC champion Devin Haney, and there was a whole franchise situation. So it was a lot of confusion. The WBC muddied up the waters, but the portion of the belt that Devin Haney held at that time, after Ryan Garcia defeated Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia was the mandatory challenger for Devin Haney. He chose not to fight Devin Haney, and then he chose not to do really anything for the rest of 2021, right? So then, fast forward some years later, after the Tank loss, Ryan then says a couple weeks ago he wants to fight Devin, and then now, as of yesterday, Ryan comes out and says the following, and I quote, "I've notified my team that I'm going a different route. My intent is to now fight Romero. I pray that my team backs me on this decision. Oscar, make this fight happen. That's the move. Bigger fight, bigger business. After what happens to Rolly, the Devin fight will be there and be even bigger. Everyone critiquing now will end up seeing it as a better move. Plus, he can fight Richardson Hitchens and go do your 30,000 pay-per-view buys. I don't need you, Dev. You need me." And then Devin told Ryan in plain English, "Don't ever mention my name, pussy boy." And then Ryan said, "You'll be back. Hashtag 30K pay-per-view buys, pussy." So that's where we're at right now. Ryan Garcia acting like a straight A-side diva. And this is where catchphrases like that Bill Haney has, like those catchphrases that he says, like they say everything but let's fight. This is where there becomes a lot of validity to that because, first of all, Ryan Garcia is not a champion. He's never fought for a world title, let alone been a champion. That's number one. The only fight he had against a top, like A-level world-class fighter, he got absolutely lambasted and blown out and beat the hell up all over the damn T-Mobile Arena against Gervonta Davis. And, yeah. So Ryan Garcia has been getting exposed for years. That's just reality. And I like Ryan Garcia. I do rate his talent. Maybe a bit more than most people. I could actually say I probably overrate Ryan Garcia a little bit, just being honest. But I do think he's very talented. I think it'd be great if he could get over all the social media nonsense that he's been on. I mean, I don't want to get into his personal life, but he did have a whole situation where one of his kid was born, and then after he announces his kid born, he announces that he's divorcing his wife, which made it a bad look on him. So I didn't want to talk about it because it's not my business nor anybody's business, but he made it public on a public forum, so I can speak about it because he posted it on a public forum, so he can't get mad at me for speaking on what he made public on a public forum. Keep your business private, and I wouldn't have to mention it, but I'm just saying, Ryan Garcia continues to move like a straight, and I hate using this word because he's a fighter, I respect fighters, but it's just the truth. He's a straight diva. How you going big time Devin Haney when Devin Haney was undisputed in the same weight class you're fighting in? You ducked Devin Haney at 135, and then now Devin didn't mention him fighting you. You mentioned fighting Devin. You brought it up. You made it relevant, and then now you wanna pivot and you wanna go the Rolly route. Now, my personal view on this whole matter is that Ryan Garcia, he's been spotted recently doing road work, hanging around with Floyd Mayweather. And he even revealed recently that pretty much Floyd Mayweather has been mentoring him. Look, he said it right here. Look, said it right here. So there's Ryan Garcia and Floyd. That was them down here in Miami at the Boxar gym. He said, "Floyd is mentoring me, and I love and respect him. He is so authentic, so stop judging him. Judge a book by its cover. Judging a book by its cover will stop you from reading, but Derek James is my coach, and I love him too." And then that's what it is. So he's defending Floyd Mayweather, right? And look, far be it from me to speculate, but you know, God gave me a brain, and I would like to think that I'm somewhat smart at times. You know, Ryan Garcia. If Mayweather isn't poaching Ryan Garcia to become a PBC fighter and really and officially associate with Al Heyman down the road, if this ain't poaching, I don't know what is. I truthfully don't know what is. And the reality is, Ryan Garcia, it's quiet as kept. You know, he is in litigation with Golden Boy Promotions. There is a bunch of friction, as we've seen, leading up to the Oscar Duarte fight between Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, and Golden Boy Promotions. And I just don't think that's a marriage that's going to last long term. So I do think that there is a lot to this. And look, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that Ryan Garcia is being mentored by Floyd. I think Floyd Mayweather has been at the highest levels of boxing superstardom. I think Ryan Garcia, even without winning the title, just because of the way he's marketed himself over the years, he is one of the biggest stars in boxing, whether you love him or hate him. But I'm not a fan of how he's moving. I'm not a fan of how do you call out Devin? You act like you're serious to fight him, and then at the 11th hour you decide you're going to duck him again. That doesn't make any sense. So now, I'm not angry about the fact that the Rolly fight could be happening. Truthfully, from an entertainment standpoint, I like the Rolly fight more. I think Rolly versus Ryan is an interesting fight with a lot of history, with a lot of backstory. Obviously, they had the big sparring session, the infamous sparring session years ago, and that's kind of what really blew Rolly up in boxing. Rolly's not a WBA champion. I think it's a more winnable fight for Devin, for Ryan than a fight with Devin. But it's still a fight. I'll be real. It's still a fight I think he can very much lose. I don't think Rolly is as easy of a fight and as straightforward as a fight as many people think. I know Ryan will go in as a heavy favorite against Rolly, but look, one thing about Ryan is, yeah, he's got punching power. Yeah, he's got a big left hook, but let's just be real. He's a pretty boy. He don't like being roughed up. We've seen that when he fought Tank. And I think Rolly Romero is physically strong enough, has enough athleticism to get on the inside and rough Ryan Garcia up and make life a living hell for him. So he better be careful with thinking that he's smarter than he really is, because you may try to cherry pick, quote unquote, and you might pick the wrong cherry. That cherry might have a splinter on it, you know. But it'd be a good chance to show what he could do. Because, again, Rolly isn't as skilled of a fighter as Devin is, but Rolly I think is a more physically stronger fighter than Devin is. And Rolly will go in there and he will look to muscle you around and push you around and be the bully. And so I think it's a chance for Ryan Garcia to show what he could do and put to bed a good little rivalry fight. Because Ryan does have a good left hook. I think he needs to get better at boxing tall. But look, there's a lot of things going on with Ryan Garcia. I'm just saying, look, I wouldn't have an issue with this if you didn't come out and initially say, hey, I've instructed my team to fight Devin Haney. That's what my issue is. You know, one day, it's like the old song says, you know, you're hot and you're cold. You're yes and you're no. You're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. You're wrong when it's right, you're black when it's white. You know? That's what Ryan Garcia is. He just really wishy-washy. So I just wish that he would be more clear and concise with what he wants to do with his career, because with knowing how he is, he may say, I don't want to fight Rolly either. Just give me Barroso, give me O'Hara Davies, give me Jose Ramirez. You never know him from day to day how he is, right? So these are just my authentic thoughts. I have no ill will towards Ryan Garcia or anybody involved in this. I just want to see good fights. I think Ryan Garcia versus Rolly is a fun fight for boxing. I think it'll do very good business. And on the flip side, if Devin Haney does fight Richard Hitchens, I'm going to gouge my eyes out. I don't want to watch that fight. That's one of the worst stylistic fights you can make in boxing. I respect both of them as fighters, but I just think their styles are going to be very, there's going to be 7 punches thrown per round. So if Devin doesn't fight Ryan, I hope he don't fight Richard Hitchens, please. Please. I don't want to I want to protect my eyes. I don't want to have to gouge them out, but I would have liked to see Ryan versus Devin. I would like to see Devin versus Subriel Matias or Ismael Barroso, but we'll see what happens. Or Devin versus Teofimo Lopez, but we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, things are heating up quickly and swiftly at 140, and I think 2024 is going to be a very, very fun, eventful, and impactful year for the weight class as a whole. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Ryan Garcia pivoting away from Devin Haney now to Rolly Romero? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. We're here at the Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya, Japan. And for more great videos just like this one, make sure you guys click right here.